Welcome to another video lesson from sketchnest.com. In this video we're going to be talking about the home appraisal process. This is a relevant topic to anyone who is buying or selling a home because the home appraisal ties into the mortgage loan. So let's start off by talking about when a home appraisal generally takes place. Let's say that John and Jane have been shopping for a home and they finally found one that meets their requirements, so they put in an offer to buy the home. They make an offer, submit it to the seller. The seller would then accept the offer. Just to keep a simple scenario here, we're going to say that the seller accepted it with no negotiation process whatsoever because John and Jane made a smart offer. After the home appraisal, after the purchase offer has been accepted, one of two things can happen. Either a home inspection will take place or a home appraisal will take place. Both of these things should take place, but they can happen in either order really. So we're going to focus on the home appraisal here, and I just want to put it in context by listing some of the elements, some of the steps that happen before and after it. So they've made an offer to buy this house. The seller has accepted their offer. They have a home inspection, which is optional but highly recommended, just to make sure that the property doesn't have any major flaws. Next, they get a home appraisal. This is what we're going to talk about today. This is where a licensed home appraiser comes out to look at the property. This appraiser is sent by the lender, and they essentially work for the lender. They don't necessarily work as part of the lender's company, but they are hired by the lender. They are paid by the lender, and they are sent by the lender to appraise the house. Why? Because the lender has a major investment in the house. Remember, when you buy a house with a mortgage loan, you're not putting up very much money. Even if you put up 20%, which is a large down payment, the lender is still making an 80% investment. So they have a lot of money that they are investing in the property. They want to make sure that it's worth the price you've agreed to pay. And that is the job of the appraiser. The appraiser will come and visit the property to make sure the price is justifiable, to make sure it's worth the amount of money you've agreed to pay when you made your offer. How does he do this? Well, he'll look at tax records. He'll find out how much the home is sold for in the past, if applicable. He'll also look at the tax assessor's current assessment of the property, what they think it's worth for tax purposes. He's going to look at comparable sales or comps. This means he's looking at other homes that have sold in the area for the past 3 to 6 months. He's looking for similar homes in the same area that have sold so that he can get a feel for how much this particular house is worth. Now, there are some things that might be unique about this house, so the home inspector is going to consider those as well. Those are upgrades. If the homeowner has put in a new kitchen, put in new flooring, put in a swimming pool. Also any unique features such as a view, maybe a waterfront view, or something that makes it worth more money than the comps. So he's looking at the comps, he's looking at the tax records to see what the house is assessed at. He's going to look at the property survey and just about anything he can find to justify or to assess the value of the home. He's also going to take pictures of the home. He's going to come out and take photos of the home, and so he can gauge, so he can measure the quality of it and the general condition of the home. He's going to compare these pictures to pictures of the other comps as well, and he'll probably drive through the neighborhood and look at some of the other houses that have sold so he can see them firsthand. Based on all of this, he's going to come up with an appraisal amount. Let's say that in this scenario he says the home is worth $400,000. Now, if this amount is the same as what John and Jane have offered to buy the house for, then they shouldn't have any trouble getting their mortgage loan. If they've offered less than $400,000, they shouldn't have any trouble getting a mortgage loan because the house is at least worth as much as they've offered. The appraisal has come in, has met their offer. If they offered to pay $450,000, then we have a problem, or John and Jane have a problem. They have offered more than the appraiser thinks this home is worth. So their lender is probably not going to give them a mortgage loan for $450,000 or whatever amount minus their down payment, because the appraiser says it's not worth that much. In this scenario, the seller can lower the asking price. The buyer can pay more money out of pocket, which they probably don't want to do. It's generally not a wise idea to do that, pay more for a house than it's worth. Or they can just walk away from the deal. If the seller doesn't agree to lower the price, the buyers can walk away. This is how a home appraisal works. These are the different types of scenarios that can result from a home appraisal. The buyers make an offer, the seller accepts it. A home inspection generally takes place before or after the appraisal, but at some point the lender will send an appraiser out to look at the house, because the lender is making an investment in the property and they want to make sure that it's worth the amount that the buyers have agreed to pay. I hope you've found this video helpful. If you have questions about the home buying process and would like to watch more videos like this one, you can visit us online at sketchnest.com. Thanks for watching.